Here we go, Miss Sarah Payne. Hello, welcome back.
Thank you, darling. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very sprightly for my 4th hour.
Yeah, I know. You're still awake.
Yeah.
I had a nap in the green room.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
We were talking about that, weren't we?
Yeah. An afternoon nap is a thing of beauty.
Well, we were talking about having a lock-in, weren't we?
Yes.
That's what we were talking about.
We thought that would be really good.
It would be fun.
Yeah.
Like at a workplace Christmas party or something like that. Like.
We could crochet a blanket.
Yeah, exactly. We say like pick a sofa.
Yeah, pick a sofa, have a nap.
I can't remember how the rest of the conversation went, but nevertheless. Now, you said to me last time you were in here you were going to bring crochet this time.
Yes, indeed.
Some beautiful designs, but some new colours.
We have. We've got some new colours. So basically, we have got 2 different items of clothing.
Cheerio, Leona. Kids Craft out of here.
We have got 2 different items of clothing. We've got the poncho and we've got the cocoon.
Yes.
So we have the patterns. So on the website, you will find we've got the patterns on their own. We've got digital downloads of the patterns, and then we've got the kits. Okay?
And that website is your website,
Yes,
sarahpayne.co.uk. That's where you see. And by the way, I know we're going to be talking about crochet on there, but there's loads of quilting stuff in there. There's tutorials in there. There's tools in there. There's your mini quilt templates in there.
There is indeed, but we've set up a section that says the craft store. Ooh. So when you go on to, I think it's shop or something like, usually in it, collections or something like that. You click on that, and underneath there's the logo with the craft store. So we've put, so along the top, good.
Go to shop. There it is. And I recognise that. Bosh.
Yep. There you go. I stuck it right at the beginning, and that's where you'll see all these items. So yes, we have some new colours, and basically the way the kits work is that the poncho kit takes 3 balls of yarn. Okay. And the cocoon takes 6 balls of yarn.
Should we talk cocoon cardigan just because that's in the order?
Yes, we can indeed.
So it's over here, isn't it? Can I grab it over here?
This is this one, yes. So this is...
Oh, did you have a shot of it, Andy?
This, I couldn't get it any higher. I'm only
there
little.
We go.
Yes. So this is a very simple. It's basically an item of clothing. What I wanted to do was to be able to bring items of clothing that you could crochet as a beginner, that are lovely to look at, that are size inclusive, and that are simple to do. Okay, so I picked nice simple stitches, nice simple patterns, beautiful colours, and yeah, there's the pattern. Yeah, so the pattern, I'll talk about the pattern in a little bit. We have sold literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of my new range of patterns because they're designed for beginners. Yep. But then this item, I'm just going to take it off.
Go on.
Yeah, and if you see, it's got 2 sleeves.
Perfect.
And
good length at the back as well, isn't it?
It is indeed. It's very flattering. It tucks just under the derriere.
Yes, it does.
So it's quite flattering. And we've got beautiful horizontal lines down the front. But it's actually all crocheted in one piece.
Right. I like the by the length over your elbow as well. When you're
Yeah. So like at the moment, the weather's quite nice, but it's a little bit nippy outside.
Windy, isn't it?
It is. So you just want a little something to keep you nice and toasty.
You do.
And this is the perfect thing.
Love that.
Isn't that lovely?
We're going to talk a lot more about it, I know, at our demonstration area about how to do so, but that's the fancy cocoon cardigan. 6 balls to use to create that. But what sort of colours are we talking about?
Okay, so you also get the pattern and you get a crochet hook. So this crochet hook is, I think it's 5, hang on, I'll have to look at the pattern again.
It says 5 mil.
Yeah, it is 5 mil. So when people are starting to collect them, because you get a different size with all the patterns.
Rightio.
Okay, so that is a size 5. So what we've got behind us here, this is called Fantasy.
Fancy, okay.
Yep, this colourway is Fantasy. This here is I'll just go through here.
Why not?
It's probably much easier. Right. Okay, so this is a new colourway. All right, and this is called Sunglow. There's so many of them now. I have to put the little labels on it. So
very wise.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you got this in the Sunglow, you would get your pattern, 6 balls of yarn, and your crochet hook included. So that's got a lovely sort of grey tone through to blue, and it's gorgeously soft. Feel it.
Oh, it is.
Isn't it lovely?
So that on, like, maybe you're going to put it over top of a long sleeve top, but if it's against your skin.
It's really, really comfortable. And it's a roved yarn, which means it's not spun really tightly like most yarns are. It's kind of a loose spin, which gives it a glossy look.
Okay.
Which is really beautiful.
That is Sun
Glow.
Sun Glow.
Yes. Then we have another new colour here. We have Hibiscus. I love this. Look at that orange and blue.
I like the dark
and
as well,
purple through to the dark. Now, what we do is rather than try and make it the samples in every single one of the colours, because we'd just be there forever crocheting, I do a square so that I can show you the variation, because the whole thing is done with the same ball of yarn. It's just the colour varies.
Yes.
And you can see there you've got a wonderful variation.
The hibiscus.
So that's the hibiscus.
Oh, this lime. I love the lime in the middle of this one.
This is called Wicked.
Wicked, of course it is.
Yes.
Great name.
Now, these colours are available for both the poncho and the cocoon.
Okay.
Okay. So this one here is a Wicked with that lime against the purple. I think we've actually got a sample of it crocheted up in the poncho.
Here we go. That's cool.
Isn't that ace? I think that's absolutely
I think that's my
lovely.
favourite so far. Just different, isn't it?
It is. But you see how the colours vary as you go through it. It looks like you've done it in lots of different rows. You've changed, colour at each row, but you haven't. It just varies through it, and it's just gorgeous.
Really cool.
Just gorgeous.
Don't forget, we're talking the festival poncho. We're currently talking about the fancy cocoon cardigan, but listen, they're both available on this show after all, and a brand new item, by the way. So new.
Yeah.
We haven't got it yet. We're coming to it.
I got a picture.
We're coming to it. And also coming to the other elements. So there's much more in this show than meets the eye. But continue on.
Exactly.
Continue on.
Exactly. So we've got that in the kit.
Yep.
Then this is one of our best sellers. We just keep bringing this colourway back and back and back. It's called Stardust, but it's so beautiful.
That's what we've got out here, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yep.
So what I did was, rather than bring the kit in every single colour, which wouldn't all fit in my car, I bought the kit and that one in one colour and that kit in another colour, and then just show you these so you can choose.
Perfect.
Because when you go to the website, you'll see each ball. When you come to choose the kit that you want, you'll be able to pick them from a drop-down list.
Yep.
But this is gorgeous for, if a night out, if you're wearing black trousers and a white shirt and put it on over the top or something like that, quite dressy. But I do like the idea of a hit of colour, obviously. But if black is your safe place and that's what you love, even that variation. And the way, a little bit of silver and the grey coming through. The way it just sort of relaxes into the middle, it sort of pulls your eye in.
Yeah.
Isn't that just lovely?
Stardust, that's called.
Stardust. Oh, and then we've got, I think this is Unicorn.
It is Unicorn.
Now, this Unicorn is quite limited.
Okay.
Now, as in I have one of each kit left.
Right. If you want Unicorn in the cardigan, if you want Unicorn in the poncho, go now.
Yes, exactly.
Go now. If you didn't realise it was a thing, if you love that hit of pink going through there, go on to sarahpayne.co.uk. It is next come, next served.
Exactly. Yep. Yes. Yeah. So we've got that pink with the yellow and the green, and it's just so cheerful. And actually, it's very much like the colours in my frock.
It is.
Yes. See, I can coordinate with flowers,
everything.
literally everything.
We were talking about this before.
We were indeed.
Nowhere safe. You will coordinate with it.
Now, this is Bohème. Now, again, we've got colours that are really, really punchy, and then other more muted ones.
It's quite retro to me.
Yeah, it just depends on what your sort of style is.
Yeah.
Or even what you think you're going to wear it with, because I do know that we've had ladies who've ordered 4 or 5 different packs of yarn.
And that is a great idea, by the way, because you can have your absolute favourite thing is your comfort blanket. Keeps you warm, obviously.
Exactly.
Covers you up a little bit, but to have that change of style, yeah.
Beautiful.
Lovely.
Then we have, this one is Eden. Now, this is only available in the poncho. This colour isn't available in the cocoon. So if you want one of those, I have 2 poncho kits left.
Right, okay.
So you have to be really really quick.
Go, go, go.
So, but I love that one because I think that's very spring-like with the fresh green and the blues. Absolutely lovely.
Lovely, yeah, yeah.
And then we have, this is called this is Mojo.
Mojo.
So again, very, very cheerful, but quite sophisticated, I think, because like some of the others, you've got orange in it, but matched up with the dark greeny blue and purple. I think that's quite sophisticated.
It is. It's really nice.
Very sophisticated.
If you like colour, but not too bright,
Exactly.
There's lots of different colour in here.
And then we have Breeze, which that's
there.
very fresh indeed.
Well named that.
Yeah, very, very, very.
And is Breeze available in both?
No, this one is also only available in the poncho.
Only poncho in. Okie dokie.
Only poncho. But then, you know, if you can't get your hands on that, this one is. You look at that and you go, well, actually, you know, that's a lovely alternative with the Eden with that little splash of green in it.
Yeah.
So, and then finally, I don't have a square of this because I can't find it. I've just been searching my place today.
Let you off.
Vamp.
Vamp.
This is Vamp. So, va-va-voom, Vamp. You can see this one's got purples in it. Oh.
I was just going to try and subtly put them in order, but I'll stop.
They were in
Just
order.
stop. Yeah, they were.
This is our Vamp. So I do have a few of these in both the poncho and the cocoon.
But if we are talking poncho, I'd probably be quicker rather than slower, guys. The poncho, by the way, if I can just bring one forward.
Yes. So I've got two here because
And I like how they're worn. These are worn differently, aren't they?
yes, that is basically the same pattern, but you can choose how you want to wear
So
it.
literally, is it a bit of a shimmy round?
Yeah,
sorted?
it's just a
okay.
shimmy. It's just a little shimmy because we also have actually. I don't know if I showed this. This is Stardust. This is one that I haven't finished yet.
Okay.
I've used 2 balls because the kit is 3.
Hang on. What colour is that?
Stardust. That's not it. They're not Stardust. Sapphire.
Sapphire.
Sapphire. This was a big seller as well.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not quite done because that's 2 balls.
We've got one more to go.
I've still got one more to go. But yeah, you can just wear it like that, or you wear it like that. And you could keep it shorter like that if you wanted to.
I'm not sure which one I prefer, whether the point at the front or the point at the sides. And the neckline looks lovely as well, a little bit more towards the shoulders on there.
Yes, well, when I wear them this way, I usually wear them this way over my coat. So almost like I've got it on top of my coat as like a scarf.
Yep.
And then I wear them that way when I just want something to just keep me a little bit warm. Perhaps I'm watching the telly and it just feels a little bit... But
it's really soft though, isn't it?
Yeah, not cold enough to put the heating on.
Yeah.
It's spring now.
Not worth it.
We don't put the heating on.
I'm not putting it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just a lovely. It's a really simple design to make. It's made with trebles, and I'll show you some trebles in a little bit. But it's a really easy pattern. Now let's talk about the patterns.
Go on.
So the way I do my patterns.
I'll keep going, Sarah. I'm just doing some tidying.
The way I do my patterns is when you normally buy a crochet pattern, there'll be one sheet, one side will have a photo on it, you turn it over, and the other side has like hieroglyphs in it. You know, they have all the, what's the word?
Code?
No.
Shortcuts?
Yeah, but
Emblems?
They write...
Logos?
Like... I can't think of the word. When you just have letters that represent words.
Abbreviations.
Thank you. Oh, actually, it says that in here somewhere. But yeah, it will just have the abbreviation.
Okay.
And you end up having to look back at the pattern. So you're reading the pattern like this, and then I find I have to go on my phone to Google, and I go, what was that abbreviation there? Yeah. My patterns are not like that. For a start, they're written in full English. So when we get to the pattern bit, you know, there's whole sentences.
Yeah,
and
there's proper words there.
There's proper words.
And conversion charts and all sorts.
But at the beginning, it tells you things like, well, what's the difference between American size hooks and British size hooks? What different types of yarn. Then it has pictures of the step-by-steps.
Oh,
so
stitches, slip knots, chain stitch.
They're all there. You'll also find there's a little me
There is a little you.
There is,
little you.
There is a little me with a QR code that will take you to an area of the website which has step-by-step videos on it to help you, so little bits and pieces. So all the steps are detailed. And with this one, because there's a little bit more to this, because not only do you crochet it together, it's like, how do you finish it off? We have like full instructions.
Ta-da!
You
and
know?
then some proper colour. I like how it's proper glossy.
Yes, it's like all my patterns.
It's not copy paper, is it? Yeah.
No. I pay to get these printed, and you know, I pay extra to make sure they really look and feel quality, so they don't get sort of mislaid. You know, when you put one in your
in your
crochet
bag or whatever you're doing.
and then suddenly that one piece of very flimsy photocopied stuff has gone. But this is
crumpled and folded and just
You can, of course, download them. We do a digital download on the website. I can't control how you print them out, but these.
Never a true word spoken. Yep.
Exactly. So, all of that information is in there and helps you out. So it shows you the step-by-step. I even demonstrate how to hold your crochet hook.
Okay.
So that's the pattern, right? Now, each pattern does come with a free crochet hook.
Yes.
In your bundle. This one is a 4mm and this one is
a 5. Wasn't it? Yep.
Yep, so the different sizes. But you may want to sort of expand, and for that you're going to need hooks of different sizes.
That's beautiful, beautifully brought us on to the next item.
It was almost like I planned it.
I saw what was happening there quite early on, and I enjoyed it, and I went with it. Now, so new is it? Can I hold it? Can I?
Yes. So I've had these before on my website, and they sold out. They're back in stock with my supplier, but they're coming tomorrow morning. They were supposed to dispatch them on Friday.
Well, you know what? But you can order them now.
You can, yes.
Rightio. So thank you so much. So what are we talking about?
So what this is a crochet toolkit.
Okay.
All right. So I've got a lovely picture of it. There are more pictures on the website as well of the contents. You know, you can see what's involved. But it's got a range of hooks. And then you've got other tools, like you've got a ring that helps you with the tension that you wear on your finger. It's also got little clips. It's got row counter. It's got little clips for you to mark the ends of your rows, things like that. And it comes in a really useful pack, and it's all £11.
Well, we're going to go for it. Is that it?
That's the one.
Yes, Andy, we haven't got preview in the studio, so I couldn't help you out there, mate.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But that is it.
That is it. So you've got in there 6 different crochet sizes.
He's like, I'm going to show it. He found that. He's like, is this it? And I was like, I don't know.
He's very good today.
He's all over it.
Is that because I'm 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock is our witching hour.
Yeah, and he's kept
Crazy
going.
Things happening. He saved some Zooms for this show.
Yeah.
He saved those up, because obviously you don't get so many a day with cameras. We all know this, every studio. Yes, and so many web teasers.
There you go.
He saved them all for this.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, as I said, a
the
great
PPC,
value.
price per Zoom has just gone through the roof when you're on telly, so that's why we're staying online.
Ooh, do we make a noise when it zooms in? We should do.
It depends if he puts that fader up.
Whoop, whoop. Like one of those whistles. Woohoo!
Woo! What's he doing? I'm zooming in here. Leave me alone. Oh, there you go. You see. Suck him in, Mum. I'm zooming in here. Just with a penny whistle.
That's it. Yeah, and they sounded like the clangers. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Andy, do you know what that is?
He's too young.
He's too young. He's like 23, isn't he?
I've got shoes older than that.
Yeah. What were those things that you did when you turn it around? It went like.
Ooh.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I do.
Do you remember? You still watching at home?
That sounds triggering.
It does. It was like, oh, I used to do this. Anyway,
yes, we have those.
Yes.
So, yes, I've got some of those in stock, but all I've got...
How much is this? Do you know?
£11.
£11.
Which is incredibly good value, because you get quite a lot of bits with it. You get your stitch markers, you get... that's what those things at the top that look a little bit like colourful...
Padlocks.
Yeah. Or safety pins or something like that. But what you do is you use those as markers, so you can mark your row. and it can help you either with the positioning for when you've got to change rows, or just so that if you're making something you had to decrease every, say, 3 rows,
Yep.
you use one of those to mark the decrease, and then it's very easy to see when you get to row 3.
I'm with you.
Yeah, incredibly useful. Now, I really love these crochet hooks, and what I actually did was I like to test drive things before I put them on my website. So I ordered one thinking, at that price, it's not going to be great, is it? It's going to be a bit... And it came, and I went, oh my. And I thought they were absolutely fabulous, because you've got all of those bits and pieces in there. When you're sewing your bits of crochet, or you're sewing the ends in, you've got needles for that. You've got a little ring. You can just see that. That helps you with your tension.
Right.
If you struggle to keep your tension. And I loved it so much. I put it on my website on a live that I did, and they all sold out. And then the supplier had run out.
So what have you done? What have you done, Sarah Payne?
So I've managed to get some more in, but they didn't come today. They were meant to.
But I can order them right now.
Yes,
they are on the website.
Yeah,
so you
because
go there,
they'll be with me tomorrow.
sarahpayne.co.uk. You order them, and if you want to do it at the same time as your cardigan, or as your poncho, or as another item or so on the show. We are going to demonstration in just a second, I assure you. But what have you brought us here?
Yes, this is another thing that I had a play with. No, I love it.
I remember when you first brought these.
Yeah, and we sold out.
Yes.
And this, again, I've been sniffing MDF.
She has.
I love the smell of that. But this is a yarn holder. Okay, so what this does is when you are crocheting, you can put it on your wrist like that, and you crochet, and it just rotates. And
what a good idea.
And what you get is, this is the Sarah Payne collection.
Yes, go can.
Yes, because so we went for, they said, what designs would you like? And I said, well, crochet, you've got to have a cup of tea and a cake.
So a cup of tea and a cake is on one.
Yeah, I love crocheting, so hearts on another. And the other one, the only animal that loves crochet yarn more than I do, cats. Because
passing yourself as the only other animal.
As an animal there, yes. So what you get in your kit is you will get 3 pieces of the ribbon.
Do we get 3?
Yes, you get all 3.
I thought I was choosing for a second.
Oh, no, you get all 3.
How much are they?
It's £15 for all 3.
£5 a make.
So what you do is you get 2 pieces for one, if that makes sense. I'm trying to get my words out. So I'm just going to pop these out. So you'll see there's 6 bits of MDF there.
Yep, it's a little 3 and 3.
2 and 2. And you can decorate them, you can paint them, you can do anything like that. And then we take the bottom one and the top one. Actually, there's a bit of MDF still there. Here you go.
Oh, we keep those hearts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's some bits under here. Saved them, because you can stick them to things.
Of course you can.
But that's it. And then what you've got in here is you've got 3 pieces of ribbon. You've got 3 swizzles. Yep. So it keeps, and a jump ring as well. So you just get a set of pliers, which I have got. I've only got round nose pliers, but you sort of basically open up your jump rings, pop the bits in, and then close the jump rings, and there you go. Because when you're working with a roved yarn like this, it's a bit temperamental. Okay. Because it's very smooth. So as you're crocheting, it can start to move like this. It starts to unravel. This is the perfect antidote to that, because it doesn't unravel, because there's nowhere for it to unravel to. I'm with you. And you get 3, so you can have more than one project going at a time. There you go. And if anyone comes around to tell you to stop, you club them out the way. Yeah, you just put that on there. Like medieval times. So it means you can stand on the bus. You can stand on the bus and crochet, because this just goes round and round and round. That's clever, isn't it? And you don't have to worry about the ball of yarn. Cats will hate it, though, because cats love chasing your yarn. And there isn't any yarn to chase, because it's all attached to you. 3 of them for £15, and go for the poncho and go for the cardigan. Maybe you've already ordered them, you've got the new colours. You could do that as well. And the brand new, almost like a starter kit, but like a
ultimate,
Yes,
isn't it?
it's
Like
called the
everything-
crochet. I think it's called the crochet tool kit.
Crochet
But
tool kit.
there's a stitch counter in there. There's
Yeah.
a tension ring. There's the little stitch markers, and then there are 6 different size hooks, which I can't remember off the top of my head what the hook sizes are. But they're the
can't remember
ergonomic ones, just like this, so they're
hang
more
on.
comfortable.
2.5, 3, 3.5,
4, 4.5, 5.
5. Thank you,
Well,
Andy.
he's on fire today,
He's
isn't
tech,
he?
He's directing, he's producing, he's doing a lot of flooring, he's troubleshooting, he's in-house counsellor, he's very useful for me.
Yes, actually, I'm about 15 minutes to do with the coffee.
Yeah, Andy, that'd be ideal.
Black coffee,
Okay.
no sugar.
Shit's what stuff.
That's what you see. That's what he thinks of that.
Andy
isn't
does
it?
lighting. Yeah.
Yeah, does lighting.
Right,
as well.
we're going to sit down, Andy. Are we going to sit down, Sarah?
Yes, we are.
Now's the time, yeah? Right, let's wander over. Do we carry
Hang on.
anything? Do you need anything?
No. I've got a pattern over there.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay,
So
friends.
actually, I'll be sitting on the wrong side, but never mind.
You sit on this side.
I
Is that the wrong side for what?
can't remember. It's so long
You
since
sit
I've
wherever you want.
Well, yes, obviously.
I'll move the overhead. Do you want to sit there? Are you happy there?
Yes, I'm happy.
You
here.
sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Andy, is that roughly where it should be? He's like, roughly. Here we go.
Okay, so let's put.
Oh, it's
together-
nice to sit down. I've been on my feet for so long.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
It's been a
For
very
you.
good day.
Bless you.
5 live hours. Thank you, by the way, you can watch them all back. You can watch Sarah's last show back on YouTube if you go back far enough.
Yes.
That's on there as well.
That was what, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago?
Was it a Thursday? Was it a Monday?
I've slept since then.
We should have thought about this. By the way, we
Yeah.
are back on Thursday. We've got 2 shows with Elichem, which do wonderful resin. That's got 2 different shows. That's the show on Thursday on the craft.
That's right, because I thought I was on that day at 10 o'clock, and I wasn't. I was on at 1 o'clock, because I'd put in my diary, I'd typed an extra number.
Oh,
So
this was the first day you were on. Yeah, not
Yes.
Thursday you're talking about. That, so it was a different Thursday.
that was, it was a Tuesday.
Was
No,
it a
a
Tuesday?
Tuesday or a Monday. Because, yeah.
Yeah, you're right, you're right.
Right, so
we got there in the end, though, didn't we?
We did. We
Anyway,
did.
what on earth are we doing?
Right, so I'm just going to show you first of all, I'm going to put one of these together.
Oh, yes, please.
So you can see we've got those 2 pieces there, and you just slide them on. And they can be quite stiff, but once they're on there, you know, nothing's moving.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have this pack of, we've got a Twizzler, I think of them as a Twizzler. We've got a jump ring,
Yes.
we've got a clasp.
There's a Twizzler.
And then we've got these bits of ribbon. So what you're going to do, and by the way, you also have a set of instructions. So it's called a heavy duty jump ring and a ribbon clip and a swivel clasp.
Okay.
But it's got all the information in there. So you can see you don't need to worry about how you're going to put them all
By
together.
the way, Yvonne, Maria, Tracy, Mandy, and so many more all watching on Facebook as well. Give us a comment, say hi if you want to, or if you're watching on YouTube, comment there and say hi. We
Yes,
can see those
hello.
too. Hello.
Hello. Hello, Tracy and Yvonne, and who else was it?
I can't remember.
Oh, loads of people.
I've lost it now. Mandy,
Oh, hello,
Kirsty.
Mandy. Hello, Kirsty.
lots of others. Another Yvonne as well. Can't shift for Yvonne's watching right now. Thank you so much, team.
There you
Carry
go.
on, carry on.
Right, so then we get a jump ring. Ideally, it helps if you've got 2 sets with pliers with this. But if you hold it in your fingers like that, or with another set of pliers, you twist the jump ring so it opens this way. Don't twist it that way. You twist it away like that.
away.
Because if you twist it, if you try and split it open like that, you'll actually distort it and it won't go back together again. So we just need to make it, open it up a little bit. And we're going to take our swivel, put our swivel in there.
Yep.
And then we're going to put the little catch on there. I would usually take a bit more time and make that all nice and neat, but I got
Here we are.
overexcited. I got overexcited.
That's fair enough.
And then we bend it back. And you see that's now all sorted. And I'll put my ball of yarn on here. So we're just going
Is it the sort of thing, or tell me if the answer's no, that if I've got like a large cone of thread in my sewing machine, that could go on top of here?
It could
Or would
go
it
on.
not?
It could go on top of it, but you wouldn't really want that attached to your wrist.
No, I think they just
Yeah.
I was just thinking standing on the table. I know it's not
Yeah.
sturdy necessarily, but you've got to put it
could
somewhere,
do.
right?
Yeah, you could do, because it will rock. but you could actually put it, because it's got, you know, it's not flat under here. But yeah, you could put your cone on top of it. In theory, yes. And then we open up that twizzle.
Twizzle.
Like that. And there we go. And you can see this spins so that I can hold that, and that's how your yarn
That is the clever bit, isn't it? So it goes with you, so it's not unravelling itself, because it's naturally going with you.
Exactly, exactly. Right, so I'm just going to put those back.
And actually, if you have like your balls like in a bag or something, which I see quite a lot, I guess you're almost like, at some point, you're going to pull it quite hard to...
Yes, and also, as I said, with these roved yarns, they're very smooth, so they do have a tendency for the balls to unravel and also therefore get tangled. So what I've been doing with mine is I put my yarn on there and I put that in the bag as it is. Which is why it's a good idea to have 3 of them, because then you can have more than one project going at the same time.
For £15, I remember first time around, I remember everyone who walked in the studio was like, this is such a good idea.
It's very clever,
Genius,
isn't it?
genius. 3 different designs within there as well on the base, which is like tea and cake.
Yes, cats and love hearts.
And hearts.
And love hearts.
£15 for your yarn holder kit.
Because I'm a great believer in getting tools that are useful, but I'm not convinced that all tools are useful.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Sometimes I look at things and I'm
like,
like, yeah, just show me that that's going to work. But if it does work, I'm like, wow. Yeah, I've got to get that. So I've got some new tools that I'm testing at the moment and that are proving very good. So I'll.
And here's the thing, that's why you go direct to Sarah Payne. And by the way, follows. Do you do most of your lives on Facebook or YouTube? Are you on both?
I'm on both, but I haven't been doing lives to YouTube lately, so they are mostly on Facebook.
Because there's a lot of like chat, and I bet you'll find out about this stuff first.
Yes.
There, I imagine. So if you want to follow Sarah, just follow Sarah Payne Quilter, right?
That's right.
That's where you'll find all of these lives. There's all sorts going on there with these latest developments.
People who joined in my live on Saturday got to see my new fabric range that's coming out probably in the next month.
Right.
So they got to see it first. So it's because I can't keep a secret.
And then you shop direct at sarahpayne.co.uk and you get the best prices, and Sarah gets 100% of it. That's where you shop at direct.
Definitely.
That's why you do
it also means that we can bring more stuff because you know some of like those toolkits I couldn't bring
back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, because of the margin. It meant it was costing me money to sell them. Whereas if I can bring them now, and because you know we get to keep it. Yeah. I can bring you more things and at better prices. So there we go.
It's funny how the craft store works. It's getting your head right. It's a different concept. So everyone, like, I've worked at Crate and Craft. I've been there for 15 years. You've been there for over a decade wise.
I'm not old enough.
But not enough for that, so it won't be that. That's not true.
12 years.
But nevertheless, it was such a weird thing to get your head round because it was like, you know, splitting this and this price point you've got to hit and this many units so you can't come on air. And I get it from a business point of view when you've got TV to pay for. I get it.
Yeah, that's it. It's the cost of actually being on
that's
telly.
Why when people put like, why aren't you on TV? Exactly that. Because this hour, Sarah paid a certain amount for this hour. That's how you like buy advertising, like putting a thing in a newspaper. It would be 10 times that if it was just on Freeview. Let alone Sky, Freesat, Virgin, all these. It would be 10 times the amount. So to avoid that, it's purely online. That will only be online on Facebook and YouTube because those two things are free for you to access and free for us to broadcast onto.
Yeah, and it just means it gives us more options.
Yeah.
I think people don't necessarily understand that, and I have been trying to explain.
It's different, I get it, yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, why isn't it on TV? But it literally costs millions a year to be on television, so...
Yep.
Right.
And like Leona last hour, who does has been on Hobby Maker right now and on all sorts of stuff. She's on there on Saturday, so do tune in. But she was like, oh yeah, I was driving here and I wanted to add something to the show, so I just did. Just called back home to the office, like, can we add this? Couldn't do that before. Because shows have to get signed off and stuff has to get built, like graphics and stuff like.
Yeah, and you have to send it over to them and they have to upload it to their system. And then if there's a change to the packaging or something like that, you have, because I'm on Sewing Street now, and my next show is Easter Sunday, so in 2 weeks, the proposal goes in today.
Yeah.
You know, so we need that long. Whereas I was actually uploading things myself.
You are the proposal. You are everything you want it to be.
I just go, ooh, I think I'll add those, and obviously you can shop on the rest of my website as well. You know,
Yes.
it's not you can only shop in the craft store bit, but it makes it more accessible to other people, and it makes it easier for me to manage, because at the moment I'm working on my own. So anything that makes life a little easier.
Yeah, so thank you for shopping direct. And that's why I put it on the bottom of the screen. Even just have a look and shop around. You think, oh, I didn't even know that quilt kit was there, or this, like I've forgotten you've done these yarn holder kits and bring them back. I'm like, oh, you guys were raving so crazy about them when they first came around. So go to sarahpayne.co.uk and check it out, and check out your baskets, and follow you on Facebook as well.
Exactly. These only arrived on Saturday.
Yeah.
So you know, it's Monday. And I'm able to do that.
That hasn't even arrived yet.
Yeah, I know. That was a bit annoying.
Anyway, shall we crochet?
Yes.
Shall we crochet?
So we'll start with the poncho. So I just want to show you what you get in this pattern, because as I said, there's lots of things about, you know, I write about crochet hooks. It tells you how many balls of yarn you need. Now, you've got various choices here, but once you've got the pattern, you can use any yarn that you like, really. These are 100-gram balls of the boho, and then we talk about stitches, but I do a little picture of how you hold the crochet, because I hold it like that, and Helen holds it like that.
Righto.
So the thing is, it's up to you. It's how you feel comfortable holding it. But then we go into all the basic stitches that you want. So all of these are going to start with a slip stitch. Okay. So, or a slip knot. So what we do is you're going to hold the yarn in your left hand, bring it over like that. So you've got the loop now in your left hand, and then there's a yarn underneath it. Okay. And you just pull that up, and that's a slip knot. So that will slip and get bigger and smaller, however you want to use it. Now I hold my yarn like this, and you want to keep it under tension. So in that
what are you thinking?
Toolbox, there is a ring that you can put on your finger, and you thread the yarn through it.
That's what it does,
and that helps you with the tension. So if you struggle with that, I tend to hold my crochet like that, and I crochet between these fingers. Okay, and then I keep this finger in play to maintain tension. And then when I start to lose tension, I just tighten it up again.
Okay.
Okay, and you'll see I've got this hanging off the edge of the table. So this is just sitting down the edge here and spinning and giving me the yarn as I need it.
And it's light, obviously, as well, isn't it? So you haven't got to worry about anything.
No.
So sat down, stood up, whatever you want to do. You can be sat in your favourite chair. Yep.
It's just sitting there. Like, indeed, that goes with my dress too. It's like
I mean, what a world.
I'm so colour
In fact,
coordinated.
you probably go with our logo.
Oh yes, that too. Yeah, there we go. Isn't that nice? Right, so next I need, for this, the poncho, it's done in a big ring.
Yes.
Okay, you do a big loop, and you'll see when we get to the pattern, it tells you how many stitches you want to do. Hang on, when we get to them, because these are all the different stitches and how you join your bits of yarn together and things like that. But then the actual pattern is just, that's it. Okay, you just, that's how to start your first row.
Yep.
That's your second row. That's the rest of the poncho.
Sounds very obvious, but whatever colourway you go for, if you're brand new thinking, I'd love to make a poncho or a cardigan, that's where I'm going to start off. Not going to do a granny square, or maybe I've already done that and I want to make something that I can wear and enjoy. You've got loads of colours. Was that about like a dozen colours, maybe?
Something like that.
Something like that, wasn't it? There's lots of different ones, really bright colours, bright greens, or like hibiscus colours were in there. You go for like blacks and greys in there. So whichever one you're going for, poncho or cardigan, pick your colourway, and that is where you're going to get them directly from sarahpayne.co.uk. You can see 3 options behind us here.
So with this one, I say to chain stitch 128 stitches and then slip them together to make a big loop, and you pop it over your head.
Right, okay.
To check that it fits. because that's the sizing.
Yep.
If you do have a much larger head, you add more stitches. If you've got...
So if you put it on first of all, it looks like a veil.
Yes, if it just goes around your head. Well,
If you're making one for a little one, obviously it's going to be smaller.
Exactly.
For a little person.
You'll just make it less stitches.
Child.
And it does tell you, it says if you need to adjust the neckline, you need to subtract or add stitches in a multiple of 8.
Okay.
So if you want it smaller, you'll do it at 120 or 112 instead of 128. And if you want it bigger, you'll do it at 136, 144.
Okay.
That's just so that, you know with a granny square, you basically put 2 crochet trebles in the corners, 4 corners, to make it a square. With this, we just do it in 2.
Okay.
So that's just making sure they end up, you don't get lopsided shoulders. Right.
Little things like that, but that's why Sarah's designed it for you, to make it look perfect.
Yes. So the first thing we want to do is a chain. And a chain is basically you're pulling the yarn through the hole. Now, the reason I got these ergonomic crochet hooks is because they're much more, I find them much more comfortable to hold in the hand. And you're going to need to spin this slightly. So you put your yarn over and you bring it into the hook like that. But then you want to pull it through the hole, so you drop the hook down, okay? So again, round and down, and that's just easier to do without it spinning in your hand. Because I must admit, I use this as part of my rehab.
Yes.
Because my right hand still doesn't work properly. But I find these crochet hooks much, much more comfortable because they're comfortable to hold.
When I first ever crocheted, it was really, with a really thin plastic hook.
Yep.
And it was really hard to hold.
It was.
And it was just,
And then
it
when
put me
you
off. I was like, I can't, it's too hard.
And when you need to twist them like that, they were so thin, like the little metal ones, they're so thin you can't get a good grip on it. So anyway, we're just pulling through like this and not pulling tight, all right? It only wants to be, it doesn't want to be so tight that you can't get your hook through it on the next time round. So I'm just going to do a few of these, and you can see I'm flipping this hand up so that I can grab the hook, but then just pulling it through. And then what I do every now and again is I just reposition that bit there to maintain my tension, and I carry on. Now I'm going to count these. So when I'm counting them, I'll just show you how we count them. You lay that down like this. Now that one there, that little lump there, that's the slip knot. We don't count that.
Okay.
So we've got 3, 5. So that's how I do it. I cover with my finger the first 3 and then 2. So that's 5, 8, 10, then another 3, 13, 15. So, and I'll do 16. So I want one more. So not badly guessed.
Yeah, that's very good.
Right, now imagine that's 128 stitches.
Okay, I'll imagine that.
Yeah, so
You've done a good job.
This is for somebody with a really tiny head. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make the loop. All right, so let's just lay that flat. It's very important that at this stage you don't twist it.
Okay.
All right. It's got to be done, and I do this by laying it out flat like that.
It's all things to do with the poncho, by the way.
is.
Of course, you've got full instructions that's applicable to the cocoon cardigan. Both are in stock on this show with the new colorways. You can see them behind us here. So there's a lot. And by the way, there's other things you've designed, load of things over the years. Or sarahpayne.co.uk. That's where you're shopping. That's where you see everything there. Or just want to download the PDF version, you can do that as well.
Yeah, the cocoon one is basically a big square. So that's just row, 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 row. This is like that. Okay. So we've got that nice and flat. So I know that it's not twisted. And then I'm going to do a slip stitch. Let's just put that back through. I'm going to do a slip stitch, which is, I'm not adding to a stitch, but that's it.
Okay.
So you're just pulling the yarn through. It's almost like a chain stitch, just through the first. There you go. So we've got our loop. And then we're going to do a double crochet into every stitch, which is why this needs to be flat, because otherwise it'll twist. a double crochet just gives a knee to neckline. So to do that, we are going to put the hook through the next hole, okay, the chain, grab the yarn, pull it through, and then like that.
Okay.
You do have to keep an eye on this bit, because if you are crocheting and not paying attention, you suddenly end up crocheting the tail, and you're like, oh, that was wrong. But the nice thing about crochet is it's really easy to undo. So I'm going to do that.
Hey, Sarah.
Yeah?
What is Sarah's Cosy Crochet Club?
Oh, yes, I forgot about that. Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
Oh, very good. Yeah, thank you. The Sarah's Cosy Crochet Club is a Facebook group that you can join. It is free, and it's all my crocheters. So we do lives in the Crochet Club. There are videos and tutorials. In the last month, there's not been much going up there, but that's because I've moved sites. I've moved units.
Stuff going on.
Yeah, I haven't set up the camera equipment again yet at the new place, but I will be soon. And yeah, we would do a crocheting chat, and you can share your work and talk to other crocheters.
It's a really lovely spot, I bet, for obviously like-minded people talking crochet. I'm sure you talk about other stuff as well, but
yes,
to troubleshoot, or not sure about this, or what have you gone for?
And also, there's a lot of people who bought the poncho as a starting project, and they might go, oh, this doesn't look right. What does anybody else think? And because most of the people in that group have made the items, they can give you some guidance. And so can we, myself and Helen. We've gone in there and gone, oh, you've just done the expansion just here, you've done it in the wrong place, and that's help people out.
Yeah, when you're thinking like, oh, it's the middle of the night and I need some help, but no one's going to be. I'm not going to call anybody up. I bet if you pop something in that group, somebody might be awake. You know what I mean? Somebody might be. You never know. Or just like I've got really itchy feet. I want to do something. I want to crochet something. Any ideas for somebody? That's the kind of thing I bet you get.
Yeah, I think there's about 1,500 people in it.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and they're very active and sharing what they've done. And yeah, the only thing I ask is that you don't, it's not a selling page. I'm not going in there and selling. Yeah, so.
It's a lovely community page.
That's it. Yeah, it's about helping. It's about getting people using the crochet resources that we've got. Right, I've done a double crochet all the way around, and I'm back to the beginning. So that gives you a nice
There's
stable.
2,500 people in there.
Oh, 2.5, is it?
Yeah.
Oh yes, 2.6.
Yes, indeed.
See?
So get involved.
Yes.
That's 1,000 more.
Yeah, I forget these things.
Have I got to answer a question to get in?
No, I don't think so. I think you just click join.
I'm in.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, here we go. One day ago.
Yes,
Alicia.
that was Alicia. She was just showing some toys she'd made. And first few goes
from Anna.
Anna, yeah, and
fun stuff.
Yeah, and
Chris as well, Jan, Wendy, Margaret. I'm not going to read them all out because it's for the club. Even someone called Sarah Payne.
That'll be me.
A really cool place to be. So if you're watching this right now, search on Facebook. That's really cool.
Yes,
Lots of cool
exactly. Yes, I'm just going through the process of downloading all the because you can only keep lives on Facebook.
On Facebook, yeah. For
a month. Well, I've got hundreds of lives. I'm working my way through downloading them. So I will be doing that as well to make sure that they'll still be accessible.
So you can have a look on. Oh, by the way, there's over double the amount of people watching on YouTube right now than Facebook.
Oh.
So it's interesting that a lot of people, because then you can, on your you can cast, I know Facebook to your big telly, but a lot of smart TVs have the Facebook.
Yeah, I've got Facebook
YouTube app. Yeah, YouTube app in there, and you can just search craft store there and watch it on your big telly, whilst you're on your computer, whilst you're ordering on your phone. So that's maybe why else people are watching there.
Yeah, or you, on your computer, just,
Whilst you're meant to be working on a Zoom call.
Oh, yeah, we are, of course.
Down there.
We are, of course, working very hard.
That's right.
So we've done the first row.
This is our neckline of our poncho.
It is. That is the neckline. Now, the reason I do that is a chain stitch can be very loose, so it can stretch and distort. So we do a set of double crochets. And by the way, my patterns are written in English, so I'll just show you. Okay, so the patterns are written in English, the English terminology, but we have the American terminology next to it, because our treble is America's double. Okay. And our double is America's single. So they're both in here. It's very important. What's America's treble? I'm not sure. Because if our treble's their double. Yeah, they're always yeah, they is there a quadruple? Yes, there is. Oh. Yeah, we've got a half treble, we've got a treble. Well, there's loads of stitches. There's loads of stitches. Okay. But you see, we don't have something called a crochet, a single crochet. They have a single crochet, so that's we just. Swings and roundabouts, right? We go straight in with a double. But if you're watching a video, it's always important on YouTube to search for the appropriate language for what your pattern is written in. For where you are. So it can get confusing otherwise. Right, so a treble is going to give us this sort of shape. This is called a treble cluster. And a treble is basically a high stitch. So I'll just show you. So first of all, the stitch is stitched from the top. So we have to put in 3 chains to take us to about this point. Okay, so I'll just do that. But 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then I'm going to wrap my yarn around my needle, put it back through the last stitch, pull it up, and I've got 3 chains on my hook. Rightio. I'm going to pull through 2 and then 2 more. Oh, just lost my hook then. And that's a treble. And then I go back in again, because this is a treble cluster. So I've got 3 on my hook, through. It might be easier to get a bit closer, Andy. It might be easier. Yeah. And then we do a chain. He was watching, just the wrong monitor. Yes. Easily done, easily done. So we're going to put, this is the beginning of the next treble cluster, all right? So we go through the chain, but the hole, basically. Yes. And you can see, there we go. We've got like 3 minutes, Sarah. Oh my goodness. And through. Just FYI. And through. It's amazing how time flies when you're having fun. The craft store shows go so, like, not that Crate and Craft didn't go quickly, because it's all interesting, I know, but like craft store, maybe it's because I've got more to think about, I don't know. I've got less help. So I'm trying to work out stuff myself. Yeah, you did have to move the cameras and all sorts, but oh gosh, wow. So that's it, basically. This is, and then we do a chain, and then we skip that next stitch, and then we come through here. But what I want to show you, just pretend that we're now looking at the fantasy, and I've done a starter. Yep. Yeah, the stitch for that is a half treble. Okay. All right, so I just. You got time? Got bang on 3 minutes. Okay. If anyone can. The Payne can. Yes. So what you will do with that is you go yarn over through the gap, so that you've got 3 on there, like we had with a treble. And normally we would pull through 2 and then 2, but a half treble, we go through all 3 at once. And that's the stitch. And then we will go over through that gap. We've got 3 on there. And that's basically, you see, we're getting those pillars there. I know we're doing it on a circle, which isn't ideal, but I haven't got time to do it for another foundation row. But yeah, so these 2 patterns use 2 stitches. One is a treble and a treble cluster, which means you have 3 that goes in the same hole, and the other one is a half treble. So around, I think they're both equally easy to learn. And then you can get. I'm really excited. This could be the next thing. So maybe you've done squares before, maybe you've done blankets before with crochet, and you want to do something else. The poncho and the cardigan is your next step, I believe. Maybe you've already made them, which I know hundreds of you have. Get the new colours, or get a different colour. It doesn't be the brand new ones. It could just be another colour you haven't used before. So there we go. Yeah, the brand new colours are hibiscus, which is that one over there, and Sunrise.
Here we go.
Okay. Now, the biggest sellers that we had before were the Stardust and this one, the Sapphire.
By the way, there's a comment asking about the group. It's Sarah's Cosy Crochet Club.
Yes.
Sarah's Cosy Crochet Club. She's a beginner.
Right.
Is Rebecca saying she's a beginner looking for some support? Rebecca, Sarah's Cosy Crochet Club.
Yeah, definitely have a look in there and join the little, well, Cosy Crochet Club.
Little, 2,500 of you.
Yeah, I know.
That's enough for an army. Here we go. And there we go. That is the Sapphire. Sarah Payne, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You're on Sewing Street.
Easter Sunday.
Easter Sunday.
Yes. Don't ask me what time. I can't remember.
Oh, just go in when you want. That's what you did here. You just rocked up.
Yeah, I did.
I want to be on at 10. Thank you very much. Come back soon, please.
I will.
You're welcome at all points, but thank you, Sarah. But everybody home right now, sarahpayne.co.uk on Facebook, Sarah's Cosy Crochet Club, or of course, Sarah Payne Quilter. That's where you see you there. The craft store will be back live on Thursday with all things of resin, which will be marvellous, but there's lots more going on, but watch back on YouTube. That's where you can see everything. Thank you so much, Sarah Payne. We'll see you very, very soon. My name's Dan. I'll see you later. Goodbye.